In the past, it was a staple of kidnappings for the hostage to hold up a newspaper to prove that they were still alive. The problem with me is that I started reading the newspapers I was holding up, although I'm still, as you can judge by our social media overlords, in captivity. Nevertheless, I'll try my best to get what news I can out to you given the constraints. First up, stories on the domestic news front that I'm tracking. As the United States is telling the rest of the world to choke off the use of hydrocarbons, it comes off as galling to some, seeing as how the United States built its wealth on the Industrial Revolution, using these fuels. Moreover, as they lecture the developing world on being more green, the US is quietly increasing its production of oil and natural gas. Watch this clip, whereby an astute observer is pointing out that the Global South is starting to register the hypocrisy that seems designed to keep them poor and compliant.
Neo-feudalism is one great term for it. Neo-colonialism is another one that my dear friend Vijay Jayaraj, who's the author of our last chapter in the book, Climate and Energy Policy in the Developing World, he just argues that what we have here is the wealthy West saying to the rest, we got wealthy by using coal, oil, and natural gas like there was no tomorrow. You don't get to do that. You have to stay poor. You have to continue to use wood and dried dung and other biofuels as your primary heating and cooking fuels. And you have to basically do without modern transportation, do without significant electricity availability. This is, I think, just absolutely condemnable. It is morally reprehensible what the West is asking the rest to do, or practically demanding that they do.
Today's video will be a little unusual. It's not a presentation in and of itself, but rather a mere prelude to get you to watch the playlist at the end of the video. It leads to my Kicking Away the Ladder series. That phrase is from German economist Friedrich List from the 1840s. He noticed how, whenever a powerful empire acquires wealth, they kick away the ladder, so to speak, for the poorer countries so that they can't follow. I did a series of videos that covered not just the realpolitik of nation-states, but how the wealthy inside every country tell people to do as they say and not as they did. After the commercial, be sure to click into the playlist, starting with Kicking Away the Ladder, Part 1. Consider subscribing to my new podcast, Classic Paranormal. It's a clearinghouse for lost real-life accounts of true ghost stories. It's found on Apple Podcasts. Go there now if you're interested in enigmatic tales, chilling true accounts, chronicles from cases of the past that time has forgotten, but that the modern person who likes relaxing by a campfire swapping ghost stories might appreciate. As I said, the new podcast I'm launching is available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and there's a link in the description below on this video.